I don't know if I can justify the time anymore. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Notorious Autosports. This week I want to discuss, are DIY projects worth the effort? I know what you're thinking. That's a big project. Am I kiboshing that? Not yet. Don't you worry. But I want to talk about some of the other things that we're doing on our daily lives. I've got working away in the garage tonight. Got a little DIY project. Hold my welding filler rods. You'll have seen that video already. Worked on a workbench here. Built the top. Whole lot of time into that. Was it worth it? I don't know. I got the metal for free that had been sitting on my buddy's garage floor for 10 years. I cut a 4-foot section off, so it cost me nothing that way. But this stuff, well, it looks pretty good right now. But it was super rough, super pitted. I'm going to say I've probably got 6 hours into grinding it 3 different times. One day I was out there in the rain. It was coming down so hard, it kind of kept some of the dust down, but I was soaked head to toe. I put a bead of silicone around the edge of it and put a Vapor Rust on it for a day and a half. Flipped it over, another day and a half. Today, I probably had a couple hours on it with a flap disc, and then hit it with 80 grit. I had to cut these off, flip them down, weld them along. I was trying out some of my TIG welding skills, which are, well, they're in the development stage, and I found out how finicky TIG welding can be with slight bits of rust. It doesn't like it. I'd clean it up really well, have some good results. I actually had a spot right in along here that just, no matter what I did, I'd grind it out, I'd hit it with the acetone, blow it out, let it go really dry, clean. Just didn't like it. You'd get partway through doing a bead, it would start to blow up. So I ended up having to finish that with a MIG welder. But just the amount of time I have into this, is it going to be functional? Yeah, it's going to be awesome. I'm going to lag it down to my workbench that I have underneath the wood top. It's going to be great. But I could have gone out and spent probably $230 on brand new metal. Had a bunch left over. It would have been a full 4x8 sheet. Had it cut, had it bent, and bolted it on. So is my time worth it? Probably not. But the more kind of things that I want to touch on tonight are the stuff around the house. The stuff that, well, depends on what your career is, your trade is, your day job. But you work long days, you come home. Is it really worth, when I've got all this stuff in the garage, all these projects on the go, is it worth for me to dedicate weekends, multiple weekends, to redo the siding on my house, or to tear out the bathroom walls and re-drywall it? Or would I be further ahead to spend some of my money, have somebody that does that every day, and have it done, the bathroom in a day, the outside of the house a day or 2 days? Again, I know it depends on your financial situation, what you've got going on, as well as your other projects. I'd be interested to see some of your guys' feedback on that. If you could post up down below your opinions, your thoughts, I'm curious. So throw some stuff down there. But for me, the conversations come up with me and my friends. A few fast forwards has been one that we've been talking about it for a couple years, and also with Infamous. Your time is worth money. Your time is valuable to you. Your sanity is valuable. And if you've got all these other things that you enjoy doing, working on a car, working on a motorcycle, or building a bench top or something like that for your garage, is it better to be able to focus on those, spend a bit of money if you can afford it, to have someone else do the things around your house? Again, I don't mind doing a plumbing job or a little bit of electrical. Like, an evening here, an evening there, no big deal. I quite enjoy it. It is fun for me, but for me to go out and spend weekends trying to get siding on a house or something like that, or for instance, trying to do a bunch of concrete on a walkway or something like that. I don't know what you guys have on the go, but something like that. If you've got some friends that could do it, would it make more sense for you to do something on trade and say you work on cars, you're in the trade, you're an automotive technician? Would it make more sense for you to have your buddy come over with a couple of his friends and do your roof for you, and you to work 5 hours on their car to put it out on trade? I actually did that one about 5 years ago. It worked out really good for me. Again, I can shingle. Do I want to? Not really. I can do something that I'm better at quicker, and then have somebody whose expertise is that get it done quicker for me. Works out in the end. Again, as I said, all depends where you are financially. But I've been so busy this year, I haven't been able to work on the car for a while. To be honest, this bike here, which I have a bunch of time into, a bunch of fun fabbing, it looks awesome. I love the look of it. I've ridden it once. I have a battery charger on it right now because it's been sitting so long that when I went to fire it up today, it was slow to crank. That's pretty bad. That just goes to show that there's too much going on in our lives. So, again, everybody's situation's different, but I'm speaking more on my own. So, I would like to try and focus more on these, have somebody come in and do some of those projects that maybe they're better at, and if they don't cost too much, if you can afford it, if I can afford it, then I'd rather have something like that. And then I could work more on more bench tops that cost me nothing, that take too much time, or actually get to Project Zero here and make some progress. I've been looking at this thing every time I walk in the garage, and just every time I look over, my heart sinks a little bit because I really haven't gotten anywhere on it for a while, and I want to get back on it, get you guys some content, get some progress. Once I get the bottom side of this finished up, it's going to be no time before I get it into a roller, and then I can actually start progressing. Even bolting on suspension and a differential and a K-frame, that's going to feel huge. But working on this sheet metal fab, you work on it for hours on end, you do a little section that's a foot square, and it doesn't really look like you've done much. I know I've done it, but it doesn't feel like it. So I want to try and get this cleaned up on the bottom side. There's spots that I'm going to have to go scuff and clean up again, and then prime, and then I can actually take the frame rail and prime and paint inside it, weld it on. The floor pan, I'm contemplating whether I do it before or after I put the frame rail on, because I'm going to need to weld from inside the car, in the floor, in this area. There's spot welds, and I want to be able to clamp it through there. So I might leave the floor pan, prime the bottom of the car, paint up where that rail's going to go, install the rail, and then once that's done, I can put the piece of floor pan in there, then prime that, and then paint the whole bottom of the car. I really want to make some progress on this. I appreciate you guys actually reaching out, those of you who have on Instagram and Facebook Messenger, other methods there, and kind of asking me how things are going, if everything's going okay, or just showing your interest or concern for it. So I really appreciate that, guys. And I do want to get back on this, and hopefully soon I can get to that. And I'm actually thinking about selling this bike here to make some space, because I just keep walking past it every day, and clearly I'm not having enough time to ride it. And if I get into this thing, it's going to take up just as much time as all the other things I've had going on. So we'll see what happens. If anybody's interested, reach out to me. You can email me at notoriousautosports@gmail.com, or reach out to me on Instagram at notoriousautosports. Send me a message, and if you're interested, I'm sure we can make something work. But I don't have time for it right now, so I'm going to try and get back to focusing on things like this. I've had some other things that I've done lately. Stripped a car last weekend, sent it to scrap. Also got my Sea-Doo up and running that I haven't ridden in a number of years. Again, no time, not riding it. So sell it, let somebody else enjoy it, get a couple bucks, throw it into Mustang parts, And if I sell enough, who knows? Maybe I can upgrade and get a whole bunch more, and the plan will change again. Who knows? But for now, gonna keep on doing what I can. Keep on going with the garage here. Get some things tidied up so that I can get back to the car. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you found this at least kind of interesting if you stuck around this long. And as I said, throw up your thoughts down below there. I'm really kind of curious how other people are doing it these days. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. One more thing. Got some nice custom tumblers made. If anybody's interested, I haven't got a whole batch set up yet, but send me a message, Instagram, send me an email, notoriousautosports@gmail.com. Let me know, and if there's some interest, I will actually go ahead and get a bunch of these made. I'm looking to get a couple more made for myself, but if you guys want some, looking to do these, I will probably get into doing some shirts as well and some hats here shortly, and you guys can represent.